Hello everybody, it's Vertical Sandwich. Welcome back to Book Reviews. So today, for the first time ever, but not the last time, we're going to deal with this. Like, something like this. So this, it says E.A.R.T.H.C.L.A.N, right? And it's this gigantic book. I mean, it's huge. It's enormous. Now, if you're looking at a list of Hugo Award winners, which I assume you always are, because I am, I have a list. I wrote it out. Let's see. That's my list. I cross them off as I go, and I have figured out how many I've read by decade, so I can get good overviews of kind of decades and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. I'm kind of a list maker. It's a thing I do. You won't see E.A.R.T.H.C.L.A.N on there, and the reason is because E.A.R.T.H.C.L.A.N is actually just the title for a book that contains two novels by David Brin. They're novels that won in 1984 and 1985. So they just happen to be combined into this one volume, and I bought that volume. Now, the novels are titled Startide Rising and the Uplift War. So Startide Rising won in 1984, and the Uplift War won in 1985. And they are books 2 and 3 of a trilogy. I didn't read the original book in the trilogy, and I don't think you have to either, because I didn't, and I was fine. So here's the inside cover for Startide Rising, which is what we're going to talk about this week. It is held throughout the 5 galaxies that the first sapient species, the progenitors, arose billions of years ago. They bestowed the gift of intelligence upon countless other races, and then mysteriously disappeared into time and space. In their name, uplift has become a sacred tradition. Over the course of history, innumerable patron species have helped worthy presentients take their place among the starfaring races. In return, the clients are indentured to their patrons for 100,000 years, modest payment for a priceless boon. Unless the patron race is careless or cruel, there have been incidents of clans that ruthlessly exploited or destroyed helpless clients. Cases of patrons abandoning clients for no apparent reason. But uplift has long been the way of galactic society. A clan's honor and status are based on the number and quality of its clients. Until Homo sapiens upset the apple cart, human beings had apparently not only uplifted themselves without a patron, but also 2 other species, chimpanzees and dolphins. The very idea amazed, and in some cases outraged, senior clans. And now, adding injury to insult, the upstart humans have inadvertently led the rest of the galaxy into war. The Terran ship Streaker, crewed by 150 neo-dolphins, 7 humans, and 1 neo-chimpanzee, has been poking through a small gravitational tide pool when she found a derelict fleet. 50,000 ancient ships, each the size of a moon, vessels possibly dating from the time of the progenitors. Thrilled by the discovery, unaware of its implications, the dolphin captain, Kradecki, had sidecast to Earth for instructions, with the whole galaxy listening in. The Terrigens Council had answered in code. Go into hiding, await orders, do not reply. But how long can they survive on the hostile water world called Kithrup, with fanatical galactics battling furiously for the privilege of debriefing them? Okay, so I picked this up and went, this is a book about dolphins in space. It's going to be hilarious. And here's what you need to know about David Brin. Like, you think a guy's going to go like, dolphins in space, cool, dolphin jokes. Not this guy. This guy seriously considered what it would be like if we genetically engineered and robotically equipped dolphins to operate in space, and then wrote a book about it. An absolutely serious, deadpan book about dolphins in space. He made up a language and a philosophy called, we'll talk about that, behind how dolphins have to communicate with each other and with humans. So there's 3 languages that dolphins speak. They speak English, which is the way they talk to humans, and then they speak a thing called primal dolphin, which humans can't speak. It's what we're familiar with the noises dolphins making, like now, right? And then the thing called trinary, which is very heavy with metaphor and is kind of like a gateway. It's like a Creole of sorts. Some humans speak trinary, right? So, like, or can whistle it, and like, so there's this like philosophy, this religion, and kind of like they listen to recorded whale songs for like recreation. It's like their equivalent of classical music, or maybe like it's like and you just, it's funny because there's a measure of David Brin's success that you don't doubt it for a second. That you don't go like, what am I reading? Dolphins in space? Not for a minute. Not for a minute at all. You never doubt that they're actual characters and like that they're as real and as full of like and as deep as a human character would be. It's masterfully done. It's very well done, and the story is amazing. So they've hidden underwater on this water planet, but people have found them. They know they're on the planet. They don't know where. And so there's an entire fleet of aliens fighting in the skies over this planet for the right to capture them. And they know this, and they're trying to plan an escape. Right? Okay. Dolphins were quite well aware of what mankind had done for them. Uplift was a painful process, but none of them would go back to the whale dream if they could help it. The Finns knew as well that the loose codes that ruled behavior among the galactic races, rules established in the library for aeons, would have let humanity demand 100,000 years of servitude from its clients. Men had collectively shuddered at the thought. Homo sapiens sapiens himself was barely that age. If mankind did have a patron out there, one strong enough to lay claim to the title, that species wasn't going to pick up Tertiaps amicus as an added bonus. There wasn't a Finn alive who wasn't aware of Earth's attitude. There were dolphins on the Terrigen's council, as well as chimpanzees. Toshio knew at least how he had hurt Kiparu with his words during their struggle at sea. Toshio's a young boy, and Kiparu is a dolphin. Most of all, he regretted the remark about Califia. Kiparu would willingly die 1,000 times to save the humans of Tashio's homeworld. Tashio's tongue would fall off before he said such things again. Ever. He staggered into a clearing. There in a shallow pool lay a Tertiaps dolphin. Hikahi! The fin was scratched and battered. Tiny blood tracks lay along her side, but she was awake. As Tasha started forward, she called out, "Stay there, Sharp Eyes! Don't move! We have company here!" Tashio stopped in his tracks. Hikahi's command was specific, yet the need to go to her was urgent. The dolphin's scratches did not look pleasant. If there were slivers of metal lodged under the skin, they had to be removed soon, before blood poisoning set in, and it wasn't going to be easy getting Hikahi out to sea. "Hikahi, there'll be another wave soon. It may reach this high. We've got to be ready for it." "Stay, Tashio. The wave will not reach here. Besides, look around. See how much more important this is?" For the first time, Tashio really noticed the clearing. The pool was set near one side, with scratch marks all around, indicating that it had been recently dug. Then he saw that the manipulator arms from Hikahi's harness were missing. Then who? Tashio's perception shifted. He saw twisted debris at the far end of the clearing, scattered through the undergrowth, and recognized the fragments of a ruined, shattered village. In the chronic shimmerings of a Kithrupan forest, he saw the fragments of rude, torn woven nets, scattered pieces of wrecked thatching, and bits of sharp metal crudely bound to wooden staves. In the tree branches he saw fleet little movements. Then one by one, small, splayed, web-fingered hands appeared, followed by slowly peeking, shiny black eyes that peered back at him from under low greenish brows. "Abos," he whispered. "I saw one earlier, then forgot completely. They look pre-sentient." Okay, so like David Brin just goes all in with this. He just goes like Dolphins, Waterworld, like 5 Galaxies, Intergalactic Library, like Whale Dream, go, and it works so well. the dolphins in this story are way more lovable. Like, you just love the dolphins. Like, and the people who are bad guys are inherently bad, and the people who are good guys are, like, inherently good, and some of these people are, there's like intrigue and just everything about it is interesting, and like all the different alien species, and it's just because it keeps going back. There's every chapters are numbered, and it's who it's about. So like, you know, chapter 9 is from the Journal of Gillian Baskin. Chapter 8 is just called Galactics, and it talks about one of the alien ships in orbit. And then, like, so you just go to chapter 15 is Stenos, and chapter 16 is Galactics again. Which, by the way, makes the pacing of this novel incredibly fast. Like, every chapter is like 3 pages, so you just go like, boom, 3 pages about Kradeki. Then you're like, boom, 2 pages in space. And you're like, boom, 3 pages on an island. Boom, 4 pages like in a glider. Boom, 5 pages in a wrecked ship. Boom, 6 pages in orbit. And you're like, oh, it's amazing. It just flies by. And it's genuinely interesting. All of it is genuinely interesting. The alien species, the dolphins, the dolphin philosophy, the way dolphins think, the way dolphins feel about humans, the way humans feel about dolphins, the way humans feel about other humans, the way dolphins feel about other dolphins. Like, and at one point, there's a series of dolphin insults that are thrown back and forth, and they're amazing. Like, David Brin he broke my brain with this book in a way, because I was just like, haha, funny dolphins, and then got like 100 pages in and was like, oh, he's serious. And then got, finished with the first novel and went, oh my god, neo dolphins are like the greatest thing ever, and then found out that the next novel is about neo chimpanzees, which I didn't care about. I wanted more neo dolphin. There are more books in this universe, by the way, so it's a possibility. But, yeah, he does a really great job of telling a believable story about a very odd concept that is like endearing and engaging and very quick paced. Very good book. Completely deserved the Hugo Award it got. And its sequel probably also deserved its Hugo Award, but that's next week. So yeah, I loved Startide Rising. Like, I was super impressed that the concept was dolphins in space, and I didn't laugh super hard the whole way through the novel. It was just so well done. He just did such a good job. It's so, and he does a really nice job of giving you understanding as you go. Like a brief summary of what has happened to lead them to the situation, and then kind of summaries of philosophies and the way that, dolphins feel about how rude it is to speak primal dolphin, and how it's reserved for kind of these super emotional things, and then like trinary, and then the way they feel about humans, and the way you're allowed to interact with other dolphins, and how humans are like dolphin politeness. The idea of like dolphins having a different idea of etiquette is amazing, and how uncomfortable they are, like not being in water or breathing actual fluids, because there's like the ship is fluid filled, but there's like a breathable liquid, and dolphins hate it because dolphins aren't used to breathing liquid; they breathe air. Like, David Brin just did so well with us, just so well, and this is like fall beneath, like between the cracks, beauty of science fiction here. Like, I would strongly suggest you read Startide Rising. I don't know where it's available. You should find a place to buy it. You should just find a place to buy it. Just go to the library. You can check it out. You don't have to buy every book I tell you to buy. So yeah, Startide Rising, and next week, The Uplift War. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.